Oh my God, I am absolutely so excited, you guys. This is obviously Capture and Interview. And in today's episode, we got a real up and coming, full of ammo, kind of a almost larger than life superstar of a producer, okay? Marvin Williams from Big M Pictures, all right? This guy is on the cusp right now of an amazing breakout. And I'm just very thankful that we were able to get him, for a quick little one-on-one, because we really need to pick his head. Because once I looked at his IMDb, I said, whoa. And I'm also looking at the stocks and I'm saying, did this really happen? Somebody pinched me. And when I looked at, believe it or not, in the conversations, we're going to go and delve into the deep world right now. So from HQGE's Big M Entertainment, we have Marvin Williams right here. Thank you so much, Marvin, for joining me today, brother. This is such an honor. And I know you guys are super busy. I'm looking at your IMDb. You are really, really busy, man. Whoa.
Well, Ali, as you know, it's always a pleasure to be on with you because your energy is how we use that essence to create what we're creating. Thank you for acknowledging the IMDb. Obviously, it's a work in progress. We feel like we've completed a certain chapter, and we're looking forward to moving forward to the next chapter, OTC family and all.
Wow. No, I could tell you that when people get a whiff of this, they will understand what's going on. This resume, to me, says you may be the next George Lucas. And I could be way off, but I'm just pound for pound. You've got more on the table in your first decade as a producer. How did you even accomplish this?
Well, thank you for that. And for me, I'm a fan of the business as you are, right? And for a name like George Lucas to be thrown into the tape, that's a legend. Star Wars will forever be one of the iconic pieces that has, really inspired millions of people.
Could you ever imagine back in the day, I'm sorry to cut you off, that it would be this big though? That it just wouldn't stop? It's the gift that keeps giving? What's up with that?
Well, I always tell people, you want to be able to inspire first, and then you can move mountains. And obviously, when you look at people like George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, James Cameron, you can look at the Spike Lees, look at the Michael Bay.
100% James Cameron, same thing. That's a perfect example. You were already, I feel like, in your first decade or more accomplished. I'm just looking at all these things, and I'm digesting what's going on. And so I'm just trying to do a lot of I'm a calculative kind of person.
Yeah, numbers are important.
Absolutely. And so I'm seeing not just a pattern, but I'm seeing a superstar kind of a pattern emerge here, where you are so driven. How are you? So like basically, how long has it taken? Because based on what I see, the fact that you were in Jungle Book, that you're one of the producers on that one, the fact that you were able to get on a Marvin Gaye biopic, this is insanity, bro. It's awesome.
Well, I appreciate you. I'm humbled by you recognize that. I'm humbled by you recognizing that and seeing that. First and foremost, I think there are a lot of creatives out there in this creative universe, and we all work in some kind of collaborative spirit. We're all driven by our own agenda, if you will. Yeah. And I've been very fortunate to where my narrative has been received, obviously because of the IMDb credits. And it's kind of like the chicken or the egg in this town. If you don't have the credit, how do you get the work, and vice versa? If you don't have the experience, how do you move forward? Right now,
are you able to discuss at all?
Right.
Give us an idea. If you can't give us a precise number, can you at least give us a roundabout of what your ability is in terms of like being frugal, if you know what I mean? So in other words, being able to turn nothing into something.
Oh, that's fair. I've kind of prided myself on that. A good example of that is years ago, I had a TV show idea. I shot it for maybe $80, 80.
So like coffee money.
Yeah, coffee money, right? And I borrowed a friend's house. I asked, the concept was based around female DJs. So I put female DJs in a house.
That's cool.
We went through lunches and Snickers, very cheap. Yes. Thankfully, they're all watching their diet because they're all wanting to be beautiful. Right? So it cost even less to feed.
That's great.
And then before I knew it, I was sending the cut off to people like Howie DeRoe, the Backstreet Boys, who jumped on. Right? I saw your eyes brighten up. Heard that, those guys.
Yeah.
And then from there, we caught the attention of Steve Tish's laboratory, Escape Reality. And Steve Tish, of course, co-owner of the New York Giants, who executive produced Forrest Gump, right? Yeah, so an $80 project takes me into now negotiating with Sony Pictures.
Are the executive producers calling you, or are you actually seeking out these projects to be in?
I don't really seek out projects. This is if you want to know the secret sauce, this is what happens. A few years ago, a couple of producers, people might not know what the kind of like the gimmick here is. There's always something. There's always a lot of sweet talking, nice butterflies. They're like, what's under it all? Right? So
I love this.
Let's just go right for what kind of attracts producers off the bat. My writing speed attracts producers off the bat. And when I say writing speed, years ago, producers discovered that I can write a script within a week, within a few days. That to a producer means gold.
Look, man, we just obviously took a look at, in the beginning when we started the show, we took a look at a couple of your trailers of your past work, which were just so phenomenal. And I thought that was a key thing that people need to see, because they need to understand just how powerful these things are. Before I go on to that question, I was going to ask you one more thing, because you said that you own your script writing and all those things. That's already key. Audio is a big thing. Obviously, it makes artists, right? So there's an unknown band out there and they write a catchy song, they submit it, and however it ends up being in a movie. But talk about that. Are you right now, because that's very expensive also, are you able to save money on the audio portion, which is probably what, like 30? I don't even know what the percentage of the cost that is when you're licensing.
Well, this is one of the value adds I think our shareholders have in our company is that I'm humbled by the relationships we share. So for me to tell you that I can call my guys who did the theme music for things like Passion of the Christ, a $600 million movie, and they'll fly over music to me for Trees.
Right. No, that's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? So
wow.
I get a lot of favors from my guys who have won Grammys. They're on the radio. They're making a lot of money in music. I'll just call them. You
cannot ask for anything more pedigree than somebody that has Grammys doing this. You can't. Okay, so I'm finally starting to get a lot more understanding of what's really going on here. I needed to get a mental framework as to where you have a very broad reach and a broad understanding of what's really happening here. And now I see why you really making this marriage to HQGE was genius.
Oh, thank you.
Because you will have insane value. I mean, this is going to, anybody that sees what's going on here is automatically just going to be like, okay, this is like, the next, like as I opened up and I told you, you're kind of like the next greats. You're in line with what they've done. You're more in line.
We have a few surprises and of course a few things that people know about. And now that we're even getting used to this forum, this climate, because, we did the reverse this year.
Yes.
Now that we've now settled down with that and now we're in like a more of a rhythm.
Yes.
And we're kind of growing with all our expectations too. I'm happy that we're from our base and everybody really intimate with HQGE.
Yes.
Our meetings are always high. They're very jazzed, high energy.
Good.
People are very enthused, as are we. And then our creative base is just as enthused. So
that's great.
Right. So those two boosters, those are like our boosters on our rocket ship. Mm-hmm. And we're just on that launch pad. The engines are going. You see the fire and the smoke. And we're gonna work this to take off. So
this is going to be vertical. I mean, it appears vertical just in the last month since the stock started bugging out. It's bug out. I love it, man. It's bug out. I was like, I can't wait. And now here you are telling me all these things. So, wow. Thank you for all of your insights. I will be in touch, obviously, and I can't wait to get this out to everybody.
Ali, as always, thank you so much for your time. Without getting the word out there, nobody knows about it. So we're all part of this story together.
I love it, man. Until next time, brother, have a great one.